Welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast with your hosts, Kathy Gruver and Terrie Huberman.
Well, hello there, and welcome to the Intentional Awakening Podcast. I am your co-host, Terrie Huberman.
And I am Kathy Gruver, and as we do start every episode with pulling an angel card, let's see what our word for the day is.
Word of the day.
Oh, kindness.
Kindness. Chef's kiss. Love it.
Kindness.
Love it,
I mean,
love it,
there's
love
just
it.
nothing else to say, right? It's just, and it's a
Yeah,
beautiful, it's a picture of an angel holding a bird and feeding rabbits and squirrels. And virtually every day, I hand feed the jays in the yard. And I have one squirrel who I've trained, like I have the power to do that. I have one squirrel that is comfortable enough with me, and he'll come out on the branch and he'll go,
oh my
and he
God.
takes the peanut out of my hand. He puts one little paw up and he leans forward and so very gently just goes, "Eh." It's so cute,
Oh,
little mouth. But the
how
jay is great. He'll
cute.
sit on my hand and like talk to me, and I'll give him a peanut. Yeah,
Whoa. That's amazing. You're like Snow White.
yeah. Animals and me, I mean, even since I was a kid, I've had this resonance with animals.
Oh, that's
So that's one of my
amazing.
little spiritual superpowers is
I
communication with
love
animals.
that.
So
I
yeah,
love that. Yeah,
yeah,
no,
but
go
that's
for
not what
it.
we're talking about today. That's not what we're talking about today. We'll talk about it some other time. We'll get back to it. But what we're going to talk about today is intention. And what do we
hmm
mean by that, Terrie?
Well, from the energetic perspective, it's sort of pointing an arrow to a certain vibration. Okay, I know that was a lot, but it's basically not just letting things happen. It's sort of taking control, but not so much control. It's more direction. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
It's more
Yeah,
directional. So
yeah,
when you are having an intention, you're just being focused and directional towards someone, something, a place, person, whatever. So technically, your actions should be following that intention. Am I
yeah.
right?
Uh, well, there's no right, but yeah, no, but I
Well,
agree
yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's sort of our interpretation.
yeah.
I don't want people to think we talked about that with the reading. We're not always
Right,
right.
right,
But
right.
I think that's a pretty good definition of intention, right? It's knowing what you're doing. Like, why
Yeah.
am I even doing this thing? And I remember for a while the business call thing was, so my intention with the call today is to spend 15 minutes telling you. They set that up ahead of time. I love setting intentions with other people ahead of time.
hmm
Hey, is this still a time for a good 15-minute phone? Is this still a good time for a 15-minute phone call where we discuss the upcoming speaking engagement, da 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 da? Because then people know what they're in for. And my thing, and this is very not spiritual, but from an intention setting communication standpoint, is if you tell someone it's going to be a 15-minute conversation, please make it a 15-minute conversation. Don't make it a 2-hour conversation because that was not the intention that was set. And from a good communication standpoint, you're going to lose the person because they didn't set that time aside. You're now infringing on what their other plans were. Maybe they have to go to the bathroom. Maybe they haven't eaten yet. Maybe they have to pick up their kid from school. So when you set an intention, this is again kind of out of the, well, maybe not out of the spiritual realm, right?
It's
When you're
not.
setting an intention, do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah. So it would kind of be like say what you mean and mean what you say, which is an aspect of integrity.
Yeah.
So that's for me where I'm resonating with this from a spiritual standpoint is that say what you mean and mean what you say. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be perfect in how or the action of it. But again, if it's the intention, what was our word of the day? It was kindness, right? So
Kindness.
that can be an intention, right? So
Mm.
let's
Mhm.
pretend. So here might be an example, right? Let's pretend that we're setting the intention to be kind, right? It's also very important to be clear, which is what you are actually also on a certain level saying, right? Because then what that does is it gives a level of safety to somebody where they're like, okay, I know I'll be able to eat in 15 minutes, or I have to go pick up my kiddo in 15 minutes. So within that, I'm going to say the word boundary, within that boundary, there's all this freedom,
Yeah.
right? And when someone feels safe and free, they can be authentic. So it's actually kind to work from intention because you're
Right.
clear and you're providing safety, if you think
And
about it.
then, and then to add one more thing to that, then you're in alignment.
Yes.
Then the intention that you set
Yes.
can happen more easily because you're in alignment with that intention you just set. So it's this lovely circular.
Wait, it gets better. If you're
Oh,
working with someone else, but wait, there's more. If you're working with someone else and you're creating this space of authenticity, and that
hmm
other person is receiving that energy that you're giving out, it's an amplification, so it gets even bigger,
hmm
right? So that's co-creation.
Yep. Oh,
So,
oh man, you took that right
ah,
out of my. So the concept of co-creation, which I think, I mean, it goes along with intention, but it's sort of a
yeah.
separate lane, right? When my Reiki master, Diane Vaughn, who was one of the most incredible women and such an influence in my life, I have a list in one of my journals of all the amazing women that influenced me and helped me get to where I am. She was one of the big ones. And when she would set an intention, she would say, my intention is to co-create with the universe, blah blah blah, and that's how
Mm,
she wrote every intention. And
mm,
at the time, I mean, I was in my 20s, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but at the time I was like, co-creation universe, okay, I was woo, but I wasn't that woo yet. But now, in looking back at that, I fully understand that concept of co-creation with the universe because I'm
mhm,
asking all the forces at work, whatever they are,
mhm.
even other people, right? They are part of the universe. So I'm asking for everything to align to help me get that thing that I am saying I want. So the idea of
Yeah.
co-creation, it was huge for her.
Yeah, it really is. And I can tell you from experience that when I haven't been intentional and when I'm not intentional, I tend to experience a hot mess of a circumstance. And I'm not perfect. Okay, I'm not perfect. And there are times where my emotional alignment is out of alignment. So it's
Yeah.
hard for me to set that intention. But when I don't, I will tell you things take so much longer.
Yep.
I get very frustrated. Things go wrong. Accidents happen. Injuries happen. All of the things. And
Yep.
so one of the things that when I work with my clients is to build a relationship with the divine, however that is, and it doesn't matter to what degree, level, whatnot, but that is the co-creation. And we start talking about asking God or asking your team or whoever, your higher power is to work with. So it's
Yeah.
the exact thing that you were just talking about, your mentor, your teacher, Diane was doing. And when I don't do that, it bites me in the butt. I'm telling you, it
Yep.
really does. So the intention should be to be intentional. Should. Okay, fine. When we're capable and able, because
Yeah.
the human experience varies.
Yes.
And
That is true. Can
yeah,
I tell you one of my spiritual pet peeves with intention
yeah,
setting?
yes, please.
When someone says they want something and then the universe goes, okay, here. And then they go,
Mm,
uh, and it's like, oh my God, you just got what you asked for.
yeah,
And now you're shitting all over it.
yeah,
Like, take it
yeah,
or don't ask for it.
yeah.
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
But there
And I'm sure
is,
I've done that. I'm sure there have been times that I've done that.
oh, I've done it, and it's basically sloppy manifestation because it's not really what you want.
A
It,
great
there,
name for a book.
sloppy manifestation. Maybe that'll be our next podcast title, sloppy
Sloppy
manifestation.
manifestation.
I mean, but that's a great example of how intention can go awry when you don't use the intention. And I will tell you that there is nothing stronger than a reminder from the universe that you're out of alignment and your intention needs to be reset or recalibrated.
Yeah. Well, let's also talk about specificity.
Oh,
Okay,
shall we?
so when I was living in Los Angeles, I was doing the acting thing for 10 years. And I remember setting the intention of I want to be and I probably said it so poorly, it was the affirmation, but I am a working actor. That was my thing. And then I went, no, I'm already working. I want to be paid. So I
Mm-hmm.
changed it to I am a paid working actor. And I got my first paid gig. I toured around Southern California with a children's theater. We went to schools. I was the princess, of course, in every damn play. It gave me $6.50 an hour. And I went, oh, maybe I should have been more specific
A
because I was a
high-paid
paid actor, but $6, not 650,
Yeah,
$6.50 an hour. And I remember thinking, oh, well, I screwed that one up. Be specific. The
yeah,
universe loves specificity, especially
yeah,
with numbers. Be
yeah.
very specific in what you want, and then put the or better.
Or
I
better.
intend to do da 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 da, or I accept better, whatever, however you
Yeah.
phrase it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got a great sloppy manifestation story too. It's a little bit different than the numbers, but
Mm.
it was about maybe 3 years ago. I really, really wanted a Disneyland annual pass, and I didn't want to pay for it. I wanted somehow for it to magically come to me,
Yeah.
right? I didn't know how, when, I didn't know any of the details, but I was like, I want this because I know I'm gonna really enjoy it, feeling into it.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
cost like a certain amount, right? So I ended up 4 hours later. This was cool. 4 hours later, I got an inquiry to work at a tarot party to do tarot cards. And I was going to get paid $1 more than what the pass was worth, which is awesome, right? But then guess what happened?
Oh no.
COVID hit and I couldn't use the damn pass.
Oh.
But I got the pass. So there
Damn
is
it.
such a that, but thank God it was like not a huge big lesson. It was a huge big lesson, but it wasn't like a detrimental to my health or
Yeah, you didn't lose a
any.
leg or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get ill, sick, anything like that. But when you're talking specificity, I should have said I really wanted to have this Disneyland annual pass so that I can use it and I can go with people and have a good time and I can get its money's worth. It's like the whole thing. And
Hmm.
it's like, thank you, COVID. But there is a thing without being specific. I was like, how am I going to
Yep.
use that word?
Specificity.
Specificity, but that is part of intention. You
Yeah,
have to
absolutely.
be
Oh,
intentional. Yeah.
you have to be intentional with your intentions.
Yeah, and be specific about your intention. You can't just want
And
something, you have to experience. Again, it's the embodiment. You have
oh
to
yeah.
use all of your senses, like I could taste that cotton candy at Disneyland in my mouth.
Ew.
You don't like cotton candy, clearly.
I mean, I'll have it, but
Oh, your
nothing I
teeth are not as
crave.
sweet. Yeah. Well, that's a whole other
That's so
story.
funny. Anyway, we'll do a whole episode on cotton candy. Okay. So we got our new book title, which is Sloppy Manifestation, which is just such a great sentence right there.
Yeah.
Great. Well, this was fabulous. I am Kathy Gruver. I can be reached at kathygruver.coach.
And I'm Terrie Huberman. You can find me at terriehuberman.com. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We're going to have another great episode for you coming very, very soon.
See you next week.
Bye.